Alright, we're back with Triangle Strategy. You guys have no idea how desperate I am right now to finish this. So I have a quick update. Recording schedules has been sent to the void, if I'm being honest. I was hoping to get this done in like a week since the last time I recorded or whatever, but every time I want to record, things come up and I can't record. Now I'm trying to record right now. Hopefully I can get one episode done at least of Triangle Strategy, or maybe two if I'm lucky, probably not though. It's about to be a year, I think, since I started recording this. It might have already been a year for that fact. I can't even talk anymore. I'm speechless at how long this series has been going. Okay, we made it to this point in the game. The branching path chapter where we have to choose whether we side with Roland, Benedict, or Frederica, or get the true ending if we did that. But of course, we're gonna side with Benedict today and get the last ending we're missing. Last episode, if I remember correctly, we recruited Travis after beating him up, and he's an interesting unit to say the least. I used him in the mine battle, and I don't know, I really don't know about Travis if I'm being honest. He doesn't seem like a bad unit. It's just, if he was a bit more tanky, if he had the defense, at least something close to what Eredor has, he'd be such a good unit. He needs something else other than, you know, just being another thief like Trish. I don't know how to explain this very well, but he's such a weird unit. He's kind of like this offensive unit, but he also has a little bit of, you know, defensive techniques, things like that. But at the same time, if you want to get like the most damage out of him, you have to set him on fire. But setting him on fire is difficult because you have to think about terrain, damage over time. And since he's not as defensive as you want him to be, he's still, you know, in danger of dying like most of the other regular units that aren't tanks. He's on a really weird position. He's not bad, but he's not good. But aside from that, we made it through the battle. We got some unique dialogue with Travis and the mine battle thing. Nothing too special, just similar things to what Trish said, which I know we never talked about or saw in video format, unfortunately, but I just wasn't recording and I couldn't be bothered to record such a short clip. Sorry about that. But in between episodes, I did unlock his character stories. I deployed them like 10 times, and now we should have both character stories, and hopefully this time around I won't forget to talk to him in the encampment after we complete one story and then the next one. But aside from that, let's get into things, at least the character story things. Travis's former crew attempts to live honest lives, but things do not go as smoothly as he hoped.
Travis, I heard you were involved in a fight earlier in town. Is that true?
Well, you see...
You simply cannot use violence against innocent townspeople. You told us you had a change of heart and washed your hands of banditry, did you not?
You got it all wrong, Miss Gila. There's a real good reason it came to blows.
Is there now?
We've been working honest jobs since getting pardoned by Lord Serenoa, you see. But then, a bunch of those awful moneylenders got wind of it.
And started telling everyone we was bandits just to spite us.
Then these fellas got booted from their jobs because of that. I know how hard they were working to turn over a new leaf, so I went over there and... Please, you gotta believe me. Our days of thieving are in the past. We're honest folk now.
Once a thief, always a thief. Men's hearts don't change so easily. Besides, weren't you their leader? From what I hear, your daughter was a dirty thief as well.
That was all my doing. Poor girl had no choice in the matter.
Do you take me for a fool? You two robbed people together. She's got a scoundrel's blood in her, and always will. Same goes for all of you filthy thieves.
I'd choose my next words carefully if I were you. Say whatever you will about me. but another word against my daughter or my mates, and they might be your last.
Threaten me all you like. It won't change a thing. You were born scoundrels. Admit it. You've already helped yourself to some of my wares, haven't you?
You bastard!
To be fair, that guy was asking for it. You do not talk about a man's daughter like that. And he was being very discriminatory, if I'm being honest.
But you're right. I'm just a big fool making an even bigger mess of things. Being honest's a whole lot harder than thieving, I'll tell you that.
But boss, you did what you could.
Always thinking of us. You're the best, boss.
No, I owe you an apology. You were trying so hard, and I'm just sitting around here griping. This is all my fault. And I'm gonna set it right. Just give me some time.
Travis, thank you for telling me what happened. I will speak to Lord Serenoa and Lady Federica on the matter. In exchange, you must promise never to resort to violence again. Understood?
I swear it. Thanks, Miss Gila.
Okay, that wasn't too bad. That was pretty cute, I think. Nice to see more of Travis being a dad, I guess. Let's go talk to him real quick before I forget again. You sure got good taste, my lord, putting up a tavern in here. Always nice to share a few rounds with the other soldiers. I've always had a short fuse, just don't know what I'm supposed to do about it. Even though we've given up thieving, the world don't always see it that way. Guess you reap what you sow. Let's see how this ends then. The people look upon the former bandits with contempt. Travis seeks out the employer of his former crewmates. How is he gonna go ask for an apology or forgiveness or whatever? You hate to see it, especially when the guy's a jerk. Oh, hey, Jens.
I
Kosovara.
can't thank you two enough.
Okay, this is really weird. We never seen multiple characters interact like this. Hello? Okay.
You needn't thank me. We're just helping each other out, no?
Indeed. I was in need of a few extra hands, so the help was more than welcome.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot that they have jobs here. They can literally hire the bandits.
Still, I owe you two. I promise I won't forget this.
Aw, that's nice.
Was that Hasabara and Ian's? It seems you've been busy these days.
Did she say Ian's?
Was that Hasabara and Ian's? It seems you've been busy these days. Was that Hasabara and Ian's? It seems you've been busy these days.
Is that how you're supposed to say it? Ian's? Ian's? I mean, I guess that sounds similar to what I was saying. I might have to look back at Jen's recruitment cutscene thing and see how he says his name.
I had some favors to ask of him. Ever since my crew lost their jobs, I've been trying to help them find new ones. Then one day it hit me. I could have them work for those guys. They trust my crew and could keep a close eye on them.
I see. An admirable plan, if I do say so myself.
I thought the ones good with their hands could work at the smithy, and the talkers who know their liquor at Hasabara's tavern. Those two agreed without a second thought. Can't thank them enough.
It couldn't have happened without you, Travis. You know your crew's merits better than anyone else. And thanks to all your hard work lately, it seems both the tavern and smithy are back in business.
I mean, I've been keeping at least Jen's pretty busy, you know, with all the weapon upgrades if you ask me, but what do I know, I guess?
For a while, I wasn't sure what would happen to us, but it looks like we might be making an honest living after all. That's half a weight off my mind.
Would the other half happen to be your daughter?
Trish was born into the bandit life because of me. All she knows is thieving, so it ain't easy for her to just start living an honest life all of a sudden. I wonder how she's doing now. I just hope she ain't sad.
I don't think there's anything for you to worry about. She is your daughter, after all.
Yeah, boss.
What are you doing here? I don't need you to cheer me up over my own daughter.
Boss, I heard something about that merchant what upset you the other day. They said he was sulking around town with lumps the size of melons on his head.
It wasn't me, I swear.
Then that must mean...
It's gotta be Trish.
Oh,
There's
dang.
no way she'd let a bastard like him get away clean.
Like I said, there's nothing for you to worry about. Probably.
Oh, Trish.
Aw, well, that's cute. Kinda still upset that there's that unresolved issue between him and Trish in this route, but whatever, I guess. This is just what we have to live with now in this route. But aside from that... Oh wait, I gotta go talk to him. Almost forgot. Ain't no greater treasure in the world than my girl Trish. Don't think I'll ever be able to say to her face though. Aww. The soldiers seem at ease when they see you looking all composed, my lord. Can't say I blame them though. You look like you've got everything under control. My crew's working hard at their new jobs. I can't thank y'all enough for taking us in like this. That's cute, but I mean she's literally right here. You guys can talk things out. Come on. It's so unfortunate that they can't interact in character stories or whatever like that. Like, come on, they're literally right there. We could have gotten so many cool things out of, you know, characters interacting together. Decimal and Quahog talking about Lila, sorry. Avlora talking with Cordelia some more. Trish and Travis, or maybe Travis and Hosavara and Jens, maybe Archibald and Milo, since they have, you know, pretty close relationship with the Saintly Seven. Freaking Flanagan and Groma, since they were originally Estros commanders. Oh well, maybe someday we'll get something. Maybe a prequel or a sequel, or maybe something entirely new. Alright, it's time for this whole mess. So I'm guessing what's gonna happen is this is probably gonna be another story episode. Because I think I remember the last time we did this, we had like an episode full of cutscenes, including I think Trish's character story, and we had to make that like its own separate episode. I'm hoping that isn't the case, but I'm guessing that is gonna be the case. Once again, oh wait, we don't have to read this, we already know all of this. Let me just save and we can get into things. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, okay, so you guys might remember that I think a long time ago, in one of these Triangle Strategy episodes, I told you that there was a Triangle Strategy art book. I was gonna wait until an English version was released of the art book so I could maybe read some of the notes on the drawings and things like that, since you know art books sometimes have things like that. But I don't remember when it was. I think it was when I was drawing the thumbnail for one of the last couple episodes of the True Ending episode. I was looking up reference material for, I don't even remember who, I was looking up reference material for some character, and I found a picture or a screenshot of a page from the Triangle Strategy art book, and it literally tempted me so much. So I decided to just bite the bullet and buy the book. And I didn't realize that apparently the book isn't even a hardcover book, it's just regular, like, paperback, I think that's what it's called. So that was a bit disappointing, but I will say that the art in that is incredible. I love it so much. And we finally have we can actually see people's feet. Okay, don't take that out of context. I'll explain. Alright? The reason I draw most of my thumbnails like just upper body for characters is because, one, I just can't be bothered to draw pants or shoes or things like that. It's just so bothersome normally, especially with Yakuza 0, where they have like, you know, realistic features and things like that. I'm just like, I don't know if I want to deal with this. I don't know if I want to look up you know, actual feet pics and things like that. So instead of, you know, having to worry about drawing feet and legs and things like that, I just draw them, you know, upper body for the most part. But for Triangle Strategy, The reason I don't go below, upper body is because the only reference material I have for Triangle Strategy is the official art we have like in the roster and the actual like pixel art we have of them. So I can't really draw their bottom portions because the only reference I have for their bottom portions is what little I can see right here and the pixel art, which is, not working with much because literally no one shows me their legs in this. And yeah, you do have a little bit of wiggle room with the feet and things like that in the pixel art, but at the same time it's like, I don't know, I feel better if I have actual reference material for it. And lo and behold, the art book actually does have them. Okay, it doesn't have like, I don't think it has full pictures for everyone, unless I'm remembering correctly. I think it might be missing like maybe 1 or 2 characters. But for the most part, it does have like a full head-to-toe drawing for like the official art we have here. And I am so thankful for that. Although it's a bit late now, because at this point it's like, I might as well stick to what I'm doing. Like, why would I go back and, change things? But still, it's nice to know that you have that as a resource now for reference material. I'm not making any promises, but for the review video for Triangle Strategy, we might use that as reference and maybe finally draw some some legs and things for people. I don't know, we'll see. But that was the only thing I needed to tell you guys. So I do recommend, if you love Triangle Strategy and the art in it, maybe buy the book or see if you can find any like screenshots or find someone who can, share the book with you or whatever. Because the art in that book is really good. Like, just incredible. But aside from that, enough shenanigans and, ramblings on and whatever. Let me skip through some of this and we'll get into things. Alright, time to do some convincing. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the Deathless run is still going. Everything's good, thankfully. No one's died yet, so let's keep that going. If we lose this Deathless run because of some dumb shenanigans with allies in Benedict's route, I'm actually gonna lose my mind. Hey, Gila.
What do you need?
What do you need? Each path before us demands a great sacrifice in exchange for a great reward. I am sure King Roland, Benedict, and Frederica have agonized over their proposals.
Well...
So now, must we agonize over our own decisions? Benedict, pray tell me, what drives you to embrace Benedict's strategy? This land shall belong to House Wolfford so long as I draw a breath. Any concession to Hyacinth is like as not to result in a theft of our kingdom in the name of their perverse sense of equality. Okay. Perhaps the contribution of our domain and the crystals coupled with the fall of Vesfrost should win us unfathomable esteem in their eyes.
Well, what if...
Though the Saintly Seven controlled Assault, and thought nothing of oppressing the Rochelle to maintain their hold on power. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So yes, I see little reason why they would look kindly upon recent converts, such as ourselves, making such an entrance. And all the while we would know the truth, that the goddess's teachings are a lie.
I don't know.
I don't know. Precisely. We should meet a swift end indeed, were they to find out what we know. Yes, there are plenty of reasons to strike them down now. What outcome do you foresee? Provided we have the salt crystals and Death's Knell in hand, victory shall be ours. That the people of Glenbrook will be treated no better than the Rochelle under Hyacinth's rule. Top one?
Well...
I agree, brief bursts of conflicts are inevitable so long as Hyacinth maintains its grip on the salt supplies. And so long as the goddess's shield stands, the Holy State will win any protracted war by attrition, as they have always done. Just as you say, the salt crystals and the Death's Knell give us an advantage, which we can compound if we cut off their iron supply.
Possibly.
Benedict proves himself a master strategist yet again. I can find few flaws in it. Alright?
However,
here we stand after a bitter fight to reclaim the crown city, only for the king to speak of forsaking it. As his subject, it is my duty to follow his decree, and yet... My lord, the choice before us feels immense. I am utterly adrift. Pray, tell me how you see the proposals from King Roland and the others. I need your guidance. Benedict. So you wish to enact Benedict's stratagem. What leads you to believe we should ally with Esfrost? An alliance with Esfrost gives us iron, and we already have salt. Together we will cower before Hyacinthe no longer. The people do not deserve to be cast aside or given over to some other nation. They deserve protection, and we shall provide it. To surrender the salt crystals would be to surrender our last remaining weapon. We will be the puppets to Hierophant. Okay, so both the top one and bottom one are good. Let's go with the bottom one. You have the right of it, my lord. They will take everything we hold dear, as suits their perverse vision of equality. And we need only look to the Roselle to see how well they tolerate dissent. Indeed, if not for the esteem we gained in their eyes, we would never have reclaimed the capital. But we owe them no more if we submit to their rule.
But
I shudder to think what will become of us. Thus your use of the salt crystals to establish our standing with them. Oh, wait, what? Okay, I might have read that wrong, but I think things are good. Hey, Anna.
Lord Serenoa.
Lord Serenoa. Benedict and King Roland would march us to war. Frederica would see Hyacinthe hunt us for all eternity. Perhaps her vision is not so different. So it's come to this. Ally with a one-time opponent, or flee with the Roselle.
However,
Bold proposals all. Our tactics must be flawless. Benedict. Why has Benedict's strategy swayed you? I cannot abide the Holy State's control of salt supplies, built as it is on a lie meant to justify exploiting an entire people. I believe we can use the salt crystals to coax Esfrost into an alliance against Hyacinthe. Let's go with the bottom one. True, our goals align for the moment, which means Gustadolf may entertain negotiations.
in that case,
In that case, he will offer our salt and military might in exchange for the death knell. Yes, the one weapon that would reduce the goddess's shield to rubble. A sound and logical proposal, and one with a fair chance of succeeding. But, though we are not the only ones prepared to test a new weapon, Hyacinthe has Elfrix at its disposal, yes. Its use in battle, however, is severely limited. Especially in a siege, if that is their only weapon, then perhaps we shall have little trouble. Oh, okay, that worked out easy. I'm guessing because it's Benedict's route. And Anna, I think, is usually behind Benedict, since he's like her dad, in a way. Hey, Eridor.
Aye, lad.
Aye, lad. Our sweat and bloods fed this land, built it into a proper domain. I see no reason why we should surrender it all to Hyacinthe. Lady Frederica, while I sympathize, asks that we risk everything for the sake of the Roselle.
Here's what I think.
Here's what I think. Benedict's got the right of it, I reckon, but even that doesn't quite quiet the nagging feeling I get every time I think about our options. Benedict's right. You think Benedict will get us through this too, eh? How do you reckon? Our duty has always been to the Wolford domain and its people. We must stop at nothing to protect them both. We control the salt crystals. As such, there is precious little to be gained by allying with Hyacinthe. I have seen how Hyacinthe treats the Roselle. There is no reason to expect they will treat us as equals. Top one. Aye, we've no way of knowing if the domain will be spared if we submit to Hyacinthe. And trying to free the Roselle is a sure way to get ourselves killed. Best to side with Esfrost and take the Holy State off the map, then, right? Indeed, we must learn to look past Esfrost's transgressions if we are to protect what matters most. Expected nothing less from the Lord of the House. Excellent reasoning, truly. Okay, that should be everyone. Alright, so I'm guessing we're gonna be kicking Roland out today. I'm excited about that. Finally. Took us long enough. I can't lie, I do feel kind of bad kicking out Roland, because, yes, he's a dumb idiot, but he's also my boy, who does a lot of damage, and has incredible movement, and I do kind of feel bad for him, all things considered, though that still doesn't justify anything of what he said or did in the runs we had so far. But yeah, sorry Roland. And Persuasion Phase and Commence Boating, yes.
It is time to cast our votes. The opinions before us are many. Roland's, Frederica's, Benedict's. Which to choose? Approach the Scales of Conviction with your token at the ready.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I agree wholeheartedly. I have made up my mind. I stand with you, Lord Serenoa. I can never get Gila's voice right. It always keeps on changing.
You have my vote.
As well as Anna's and Huette. Just the whole female cast in general, if I'm being honest. I put my faith in you, Lord Serenoa.
I have faith in you.
I have faith in you. I've decided that this is what's best for both King Roland and us all.
I'm with you.
I'm with ya. My mind's all made up. You got my boat, lad.
The Scales of Conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
I feel like it's pretty weird that Benedict's route is the Liberty route, but actually, no, yeah, I guess that makes sense. If Frederica's route is the Morality route. Okay, never
The way
mind.
forward is decided. We will follow Benedict's plan and join forces with Esfrost to lay Hyzant low.
If grief's good passions move, completed. Come on, get to the good stuff. I wish I had some popcorn right now. While this huge mess is about to go down.
A tumultuous meeting exposes a yawning chasm between Roland, Frederica, and Benedict's visions for the future.
Yeah, we get all of this. Get to the point where we get to beat Roland up.
Yet only one will emerge victorious, for such is the custom of House Wolford. As ever, the Scales of Conviction have the final word.
I don't know why we have to do this. Like, we don't just have 3 paths as the only available options. And it's not just 4 paths either. There's technically so many more choices that we could have made. But for some reason, this is the way of House Wolford. Until, you know, you unlock the true ending and figure out that there's more than the 3 choices. But whatever, I'm going on a pointless rant, sorry.
The time has come for judgments to be rendered, and leaders to steel themselves for the outcome.
Chapter 17, Part 2 of Lords and Lineages. Oh my god, Benedict's gonna drop the bomb! Yes! Finally! Oh, I've been waiting ages for this. Come on, do it. Get to it.
We've chosen our path. We shall ally with Esfrost and strike at the heart of the holy state of Hyzant.
So you would kiss Gustadolf's feet and bribe him with salt?
Fuck you, Roland.
I cannot abide this idiocy. You will defeat Hyzant only to be conquered by Esfrost.
We are well aware of Gustadolf's cunning. He shan't take advantage of us.
You would ally with them only to stab them in the back later?
I mean, yeah.
If need be.
Have you no shame?
Have you no shame, Roland? What? Oh my god. Okay, I'm not doing this.
Says the king who would deliver his own people to Hyzant.
Oh, the clap back. Get him, Benedict. Get him again. Come on, Frederica, join in on this. I need some more.
Yes, for that is how we secure peace for the many at the expense of the few.
Have you even heard what you're saying, Roland?
You know that is not true. Hyzant will conquer all Norzelia if we give them the salt crystals.
Tell him, Serenoa.
All will be forced to worship at the feet of the goddess and follow her orders. just as the Roselle have at the source.
I see House Wolford is determined to walk their path astride Aesfrost. But as King of Glenbrook, I will not allow it. Lord Wolford, I command you to march on the duchy and strike down Gustadolf.
What?
You remain my vassal. I dare you to defy me.
I mean, he's also technically a part of the Saintly Seven, but he's about to defy them, so, I don't know what you're talking about, Roland.
Roland, your majesty.
You are bound by nothing, Lord Serenoa. You are no one's vassal.
Here it comes. Come on.
What are you talking about?
Now is not the time, Benedict.
Now is the perfect time, Benedict.
Lord Serenoa is not the son of Lord Simone.
In front of everyone, too.
His true parentage is none other than His Majesty King Regna.
You cannot be serious.
Yes, he is.
King Regna fell in love with Lady Destra, a commoner living in the Crown City. When it came to light that she was with child, King Regna bowed to pressure from the royalists and had Lord Simone take her in. She bore a son, who you know today as Serenoa, heir to House Wolford.
If this is true, and you are my elder brother, then you are not bound by my command.
Oh. I did not know Serenoa was older than Roland. Wait, whoa. Destra, the king met Destra before he had the other kids? Is Serenoa older than Franny? I never actually thought about that. I think I did think about it for a moment, but I didn't ask any questions because it was like a, you know, a big moment. Things were happening. Did King Regna meet Destra before he had all the kids? Or did he meet Destra after one of the kids, like after Franny? What happened to Roland's mom? I'm assuming Roland, Cordelia, and Franny are all, you know, direct brothers and sisters, not stepbrothers or anything like that. So King Regna met Lady Destra and, you know, was thinking of marrying her. Oh wow, had he actually married Destra and, you know, gone against the royalists, things would have been so different. Oh my god, Regna, you suck! What the oh my gosh. Literally. Okay, this just makes me hate King Regna even more. So many things would have been solved by now had he not been such a big old idiot. Oh my god, Roland wouldn't even be here. That would have been hilarious. Not really, sorry. But still, wow, I need a moment. Okay. I don't know why I never realized this. I really am a big dummy as well. I'm joining the party today, Roland. Wait, that means... Oh, wow. That means Serenoa was the first in line to be king this whole time. Oh my gosh, this changes so many things. Okay, I was gonna say, why couldn't we reveal that, you know, Serenoa was the king's firstborn son, so then we could, you know, all work together to reclaim Glenbrook, since that way the king would technically still be alive. Or we could have done that, you know, after we got Roland back, at least. Well, actually, no. The situation would have been rough no matter what, since Cordelia would have still been kidnapped by Gustadolf at that point, so she would have been in, you know, direct danger of everything. But she technically wouldn't have been the queen of Glenbrook, since she would have been still the youngest daughter, and Serenoa still the oldest son, therefore the king. A lot of interesting plot points with this now. Okay, sorry, let's continue.
Hold! Roland is the one with the royal ring, is he not?
Oh, Hewitt, please don't get involved in this. I was starting to be pretty cool with you, you know, for a short while there. But if you start saying some crazy things right now, I'm gonna get flashbacks to those days when you were accusing Frederica of, you know, probably betraying us and, you know, saying all these dumb things. So please do not get involved, Hewitt.
Even if this story is true, Is it not Roland who holds claim to the throne?
Roland was not the only one entrusted with a royal ring.
Wait, what does the royal ring mean? I thought it just meant, like, you know, someone's a part of the royal line. No, I think that is still what it means. Yoeda's just kind of confusing me with her words. The way they were speaking right now made it sound like you can only be king if you have the royal ring, but I'm guessing they mean in the sense that that's proof that he's part of the royal line. Okay, sorry. I just needed to clarify that for myself.
So you possess one as well, Serenoa.
I do.
Tis genuine. There is no mistaking it. What Benedict says must be true. I've always admired you, Serenoa. I knew from the moment we met that you were worthy of respect. I always felt you to be my better, even as a leader. Yet I still felt a closeness with you I could never place. Now, at last, I have.
Roland,
all the more reason why I cannot concede to you now.
Dang it, Roland. For a second there, I was like, we're not actually gonna fight, and maybe he's just gonna run away. But there's no avoiding it, of course. I mean, we already saw the cutscene, I think, in the opening we got after the true ending, but still, you know, it sucks.
Least of all to you, dear brother. Serenoa Wolfort, I challenge you to a duel. To the victor goes the crown.
Pray let us think about this.
On your guard, Serenoa. I do not say this in jest.
Cease this quarreling at once. Stop them, Benedict.
I mean, you could just blind both of them, Huet, and, you know, save us some trouble. But, you know, you can also just sit on the sidelines and do nothing.
I cannot. They must settle this here and now if we are to move forward.
I was about to say, Benedict's gonna say, no, let them cook. Of course, Benedict's not gonna stop them. And, you know, he has, like, the most potential of stopping them since he has, like, buff spells and dragon shield and things like that.
Listen to Benedict. This is not your fight. Do you have the courage of your convictions, brother?
Roland, stop this madness. I have no desire to sit upon the throne. I only wish to aid you in protecting our kingdom, the only home we've ever known.
I have no doubt. You've been a peerless friend. I would trust you with my life. But the truth has been revealed and our paths diverge. You said it yourself. There can only be one way forward.
That has naught to do with our lineage. Our bloodlines need not be shackles.
Shackles? Ha! I have fought tooth and nail to protect what you now decry.
I know you have suffered, brother.
How can you? You who had your father's love, the unwavering trust of your subjects. You proved yourself time and again so effortlessly. I ask you to prove yourself once more.
Roland, please.
I have toiled in your shadow while you led House Wolfort to glory. I have revered you and envied you in equal measure. I long to be like you, and I long to claim victory over you. Just once.
I am not worthy of such adulation. Nor am I alone the reason we've come this far.
We are all in this together.
I knew you would seek to erase yourself from our history if you knew how I felt. Don't you dare shrink from me! Stand and fight so I can best you!
I have no will to fight you, brother. I want none of this.
But life does not always turn out how we want. Of this, you and I are now keenly aware. You asked me to put aside my feelings when you talked of joining with Esfrost. Now I ask you to do the same. Prove to me that you have what it takes to deal with Esfrost and crush Hyzant. That you can cut out a part of yourself to do what you think must be done. Show me you can create this bold new future you speak of!
Very well. The scales of conviction have spoken, and House Wolford shall heed their word. If you would stand in our way and seek to prevent us from walking the path we have chosen, then so help me, as Lord of House Wolford, I shall cut you down where you stand.
Yes! Let us see who is the better between us!
On your guard.
Ah! Ah! Huh!
Seems it was me, dear brother.
In the end, I cannot escape your shadow. Kill me. It is only fitting that it is you who strikes the final blow.
What will become of Glenbrook?
That is up to you. I leave the kingdom in your hands. You have the ring, the royal blood. And it was House Wolford that reclaimed the kingdom. The people and the nobles will assent to your rule. So long as I am gone.
This is no time to waver, Lord Serenoa. King Roland initiated the duel. The terms are his to dictate.
Freaking Benedict. Really, Benedict? He's like, do it now. Fucking, just kill him. Like, Benedict, what the fuck?
Letting him live will only prolong our troubles.
You think I do not know that? You ask the impossible. My friend, my brother, is not meant to die by my hand.
You were cruel in your kindness, Serenoa. I have neither the constitution nor the fortitude to be king. I cannot lead as you can, as our father did. I saw the terrifying limits of my abilities, and sought the sweet release of surrendering to a higher power.
Oh my god, he's finally acknowledging it. Thank you.
Would you have such a coward live?
I've watched you confront these parts of yourself for as long as I can remember. I've watched you strive to better yourself, to better everyone. You had my undying loyalty and trust. Oh, how I admired you, my friend. How I longed to follow in your footsteps.
And follow you did. But now you must overtake me.
I shall. Just promise me one thing. Promise me that you will watch over me. Every breath, every step, every word from my lips. And the moment you see me stray, you will set me back on the right path.
This I shall do, seeing as you bested me in combat. Farewell, Serenoa. May we never meet again as brother or friend.
Not the parting I would have preferred, but as Roland himself noted, life does not always turn out as we want.
Not another word, Benedict. I do not trust myself to show restraint.
Dang, Benedict finally got to Serenoa. That's wild. I gotta say, so far, I think Benedict's route has to be one of my favorite. Just cause we never actually got any closure with Serenoa and Roland's relationship, both as brothers and friends, in the sense that you kind of always got this idea that, you know, especially after, you know, House Wolford reclaims Glenbrook, and, you know, people are bath-mouthing both Cordelia and Roland, you always got the sense, like, Serenoa was basically one-upping Roland, right? And you could kind of tell that there was a bit of tension between Roland and Serenoa because of this, but we never actually addressed this in any of the routes. Like, in the Golden Route, yes, we get a happy ending. We convince Roland to, you know, go against this idea of, you know, just letting everything go, giving everything up with the easy route, and getting him to try and work together with Esfrost. But there's no, like, actual convincing going on. I didn't feel like anything was actually resolved between Roland and Serenoa. Even when Serenoa reveals that he's his brother, there wasn't any big, like, confrontation, any, like, words of acceptance. There was a little bit, of course. It was like, oh, cool, we're brothers now. That doesn't change anything. We're still friends, right? But they don't ever talk about what happened before, you know, they saved the day or whatever. They just leave it in the air, which is, you know, alright, because they got the happy ending. Everything's good now. To me, it always felt like Serenoa was, you know, the one more fit to be king. And, like, that's what you're shown throughout the whole game. For some reason, we choose to still let Roland be the king in the true ending, which I feel is not fitting whatsoever. You know, after revealing that you're family and that, you know, you had all these feelings that you never actually addressed, don't you think it's better to have Serenoa as king? Or, you know, at least address these feelings that you had before the battle? So I do appreciate this ending right here for doing that, actually letting us know how Roland felt during all of this. That it wasn't, you know, just a matter of finding the easy route, but, you know, ending, like, his feelings of inferiority in a way, I guess. Seeing as he would probably never be the leader everyone wanted him to be in Serenoa. And both of them having, like, I guess, like, this journey for one another, trying to become a better person in the same way that they were independently becoming their own person. So I really do appreciate this route for doing this. It definitely gave us a greater insight into what was going on in Roland's head. And, you know, it makes me feel like Roland wasn't, you know, that complete big of an idiot for doing what he did. It still doesn't justify anything of what he said or did, of course, but it does, like, you know, make us feel a bit more sympathy for him, I guess, after seeing everything he felt. Although I will say that Benedict definitely did not help the situation. He was just here being... he was just adding oil to the fire. Like, come on, my boy. Come on, Benedict. What is your deal? Why are you such a wild card? Okay. I don't know if I really explained myself properly, but I hope you guys understood what I was trying to say. But yeah, let's keep on going.
My love.
At least we have settled on a path forward. There is work to do.
Oh my god. Benedict's literally here. Okay, that's done and over with. Good job, guys. Good job, team. Let's keep on going. Like, come on, Benedict. Give us a moment at least. Oh yeah, he wet. I forgot about it for a second there. With all the drama happening. Oh, and if I'm being honest, I feel like Roland definitely would have won that battle. Especially if he was on his horse. Like...
King Roland!
I don't think Serenoa has the defensive capabilities to deal with double back attacks from Roland. Or, you know, his 4 dragons ultimate attack. Let's actually keep on going now, sorry.
Leave me, Huette.
I cannot do that. Or have you forgotten that you are my one and only sworn liege?
Then take this as an order from that liege. Serve Serenoa, as you once served me. I am the only one who need walk this path.
Your Majesty.
Dry your tears, Huette. It is unbecoming for a proud member of the King's Guard.
How can you say that? I never expected our parting to be like this.
I am sorry. But there is something I would tell only you by way of apology. My disagreement with Serenoa and hatred of Esfrost were no lies. I will walk this path, carrying these feelings with me, perhaps forever. But my unwillingness to ally with Esfrost runs deeper than a personal grudge.
Is it because you cannot trust Gustadolf?
It is his idea of freedom I cannot trust. In a world of unbridled ambitions, people will stop at nothing to claim power. The strong will prosper, while the weak will struggle to survive.
So if we join forces with Esfrost, then someday Glenbrook will.
Yes. His ideals of freedom will inevitably create a clear division between the strong and the weak.
Actually never thought about that. That's actually pretty good reasoning. But, you know, we still could have just killed Gustadolf, right? You know we could have done that, Roland. We literally talked about that. Like, we'll just stab him in the back, you know? And, you know, take over everything. That works out, right?
I cannot abide by that.
I do not think Lord Serenoa wishes for a world like that.
Nor do I. But Benedict will stop at nothing to defeat Hyzant.
Ooh, hello, there we go. Okay, so Roland acknowledges that Benedict is kinda crazy. Thank you.
Who knows what will happen once he joins forces with Gustadolf?
I understand. You wish for me to stay and watch over House Wolfort.
Yes. You must take care of Serenoa in my place. And Cordelia as well.
Oh, we actually acknowledged
You have my
Cordelia.
word.
Finally. We didn't even acknowledge her in the last two routes. We literally just left her to die in the Roselle route. Well, actually we did acknowledge her in the Roland route, I think. Actually, no, we didn't. Well, we can assume we acknowledged her since, you know, she's Roland's sister. And that one was Roland's route, but we definitely didn't acknowledge her last time. She was left to die.
You needn't worry about a thing, Your Majesty.
You were a loyal and true knight, Huette. And for that, you have my eternal thanks.
Roland left the party. He's such a good damage dealer and has so much movement. Now we won't have him for 3 chapters. Oh, that's gonna suck. Serenoa bids farewell to a friend and makes for his mother's grave to reflect upon the recent decision. Oh boy.
I wish I had never learned of my true lineage. I was happy being Serenoa Wolfort, son of Lord Simone and Lady Destra.
No matter whose blood runs through your veins, you are still yourself.
Thank you, Frederica. But now Roland is gone. Someone's coming.
It looks like Benedict.
I am in no mood to speak with him. Let us conceal ourselves.
Lord Simon, Lady Destra, today I revealed the truth of Lord Serenoa's birth and drove Prince Roland from the city. Lord Serenoa will be crowned the king of all Glenbrook, but this is merely the first step of many.
Oh my god, Benedict. Why do you have to sound like such a villain sometimes? Like, you're not a bad guy. You're just crazy.
We will use the salt crystals to ally ourselves with Esfrost and defeat Hyzant. I will see to it that Lord Serenoa becomes the undisputed ruler of all Norzelia. He has the strength and character worthy of sitting atop this realm, and I shall carve that path to the summit for him.
I mean, you're not wrong, but still.
He did not wish for the position, nor this power. But no matter how much he resents me, I will ensure his success. He shares your blood, Lady Destra, and as such, I refuse to see him at the mercy of others again.
Why would you go so far?
Lord Simon, you were a lord worthy of my life's devotion. You were an equal to King Regna in every way. You could have sat upon the throne, and yet... You resigned yourself to life as a vassal, and took in Lady Destra at your liege's request. You two treated Lady Destra and Lord Serenoa as if they were no more than pawns to be traded about. Back then, I could not forgive you, or King Regna. Lady Destra, even now, I find it hard to forgive myself for being unable to save you. Which is why I will make Lord Serenoa a greater ruler than his father or King Regna could ever be.
Dang. Okay, this is wild indeed. It's nice to know how Benedict thinks now. This was definitely not what I was expecting. I thought, you know, when we first met Benedict, I thought maybe he was just, you know, completely faithful to Lord Simon and Lady Destra, but wow, that's insane. So I guess even a small, maybe, I don't know. This is so wild. To hear him be so angry and say, well, not so angry, but you know what I mean, and say he can't forgive Lord Simon. Favorite route, I gotta say right now. Top tier route right here. Benedict, literally the GOAT. Okay, let's keep on going.
This is my revenge against myself for being so powerless then. I will not repent. I will devote my life to atoning for my incompetence.
Kinda convenient of him to say that all aloud.
Benedict cared very deeply for Lady Destra.
No amount of regret will change the past. We have no way to go but forward.
My lord, how did the nobles take the news?
They were surprised to hear of Roland's disappearance, as well as of my lineage and intention to ascend the throne. But there was not nearly as much contempt or disorder as I had anticipated.
I also explained that it was King Roland's own decision to abdicate, once he learned the truth.
I think it may have been the royal signet that kept them so composed. They took it as proof that King Regna deemed Serenoa a worthy successor.
Even if they had objections in their heart, they could not act upon them. There is not a soul in Glenbrook who can deny the might and exploits of House Wolford. Princess Cordelia would have been their sole chance to challenge his ascension. but she is already within our hands.
Why do you have to say it like that, though, Benedict?
Be that as it may, the people must see it as such. I will not be able to get their support should they think I usurped the throne.
Now that I think about it, how is Cordelia handling all of this? She just realized Serenoa's her brother. I wish we covered that. But I'm guessing we're not gonna get closure on that, unfortunately. Oh well.
Precisely.
In any case, it's hard to believe our young lord's truly the King of Glenbrook.
I never coveted this throne. But we have chosen to ally ourselves with Esfrost and have driven Roland away. I shan't run from my responsibilities any longer. I will take up the mantle of king to serve both Glenbrook and House Wolffort.
A fine resolve, Your Majesty. We stand with you now, as we always have.
Thank you. Benedict, prepare for my ascension and our negotiations with Esfrost.
Yes, Your Majesty. I will also continue working on our plans for Hyzant.
We cannot afford to lose this battle. Do what you must.
As you command.
Several days later, Serenoa announces that he is the son of the late King Regna, and that Roland, having learned the truth, has abdicated the throne. All suspect that there is more behind the announcement, but House Wolffort has the support of many in the capital city, and so they accept his words. Thus, Serenoa Wolffort takes the throne as the new King of Glenbrook. The joining of House Wolffort and the Kingdom of Glenbrook is yet another twist in the ever-turning narrative of Norzelia. One which Hyzant and Esfrost look on with ever-wary eyes.
Ooh, things are about to get even more interesting, aren't they? Okay, let's see what's up in Gusadal's crib. Sorry. Serenoa is crowned the new King of Glenbrook. It is not long before the Archduke himself hears the news.
I did not foresee Serenoa becoming King of Glenbrook. What became of the abdicated King Roland?
Official reports say he left the capital to live a life of seclusion. But rumor has it that he absconded after losing a duel to Lord Serenoa.
Roland concealed his identity and fought hard to reclaim his kingdom. He would not so easily relinquish the throne. The rumors are likely closer to the truth than the reports.
So House Wolffort usurped the throne.
I did not take Serenoa for a man who had cast off the shackles of servitude by force. How fascinating it would be if the caged hawk broke free to soar the skies.
Without Prince Roland around, there is hope yet of restoring our relations with Glenbrook. Perhaps we could ask Lady Frederica to help us negotiate.
Glenbrook holds the Salt Crystal veins in their hands. No amount of negotiations would end in our favor. A bird that has flown the coop must be shot down. Whether they perish or return to a cage is up to them.
Interesting. I'm glad we're keeping up the hawk analogy. Okay, what are you doing, Hyzant? Serenoa is crowned the new King of Glenbrook. It is not long before the Saintly Seven hear the news.
I see everyone is here. What might this sudden meeting be about?
Minister Tenebris, you kept us waiting.
Ah, my apologies.
You were all summoned here to discuss the recent political changes in Glenbrook.
King Roland has conceded the throne to Minister Serenoa. Apparently the two are half-brothers.
What? So, this was not a hearing of my crimes.
Dang it,
Do you know
Tenebris.
something about this, Minister Tenebris?
No. What will become of Glenbrook?
There are rumors that King Roland has absconded, but the people seem oddly composed about the change of power.
Is this not a joyous occasion? With Minister Serenoa on the throne, Glenbrook becomes a vassal nation of Hyzant.
Not quite. We had intended to use Minister Serenoa to pressure King Roland into giving him control over the Grand Norzelian mines. But now he has both the Salt Crystal Veins and the entire Kingdom of Glenbrook in his hands. Our window of opportunity has closed.
Precisely. Any attempt to likewise pressure Minister Serenoa may result in us losing more than we bargained for.
He did not strike me as the sort of man to bite the hand that feeds.
He usurped the throne from his own master. We cannot afford to let our guards down.
Indeed.
Hear the Holy One's words. We must be wary of House Wolford. We will summon Minister Exham and his forces back to the city to protect our people.
Understood. I will dispatch a bird to him at once.
I will have our spies in Glenbrook discern Wolfort's true intentions.
We must get our hands on those salt crystals. If House Wolford dares disobey the goddess, they must be exterminated at once.
This is my chance. If I can bring glory to Hyzant and restore my name, soon I will be.
Oh, are we finally gonna fight Tenebris? I hope so. Of Lords and Lineages completed.
King Serenoa invites Archduke Gustadolf to Glenbrook in hopes of securing an alliance with the duchy. Gustadolf accepts the secret invitation and makes his way to Whiteholm Castle. However, the salt crystal deposits uncovered in the Grand Norzelian mines are currently in the hands of Serenoa. A meeting between the two great rulers comes with equally great risk.
Chapter 18, Harden Thy Heart. Oh, hey, Claris.
What is the meaning of this, Lord Benedict?
It is as I said. The Kingdom of Glenbrook will cease all business with the Norzelia Consortium.
Wait, what?
The related parties should leave Glenbrook immediately, and any assets remaining shall be seized by the Kingdom.
Why?
This is madness. Not only will you cut your ties with Hyzant, but the Consortium as well?
What?
How do you intend to get your salt now?
You needn't worry about that.
So it's true. Glenbrook has mined salt crystals from deep beneath the earth.
It is no business of the Consortium's.
You dare slight us after all we've done for Norzelia? The post-war accord said that someone must ensure the fair distribution of salt, and so we did.
And we appreciate all your efforts. However, King Serenoa has no need for the Consortium in Glenbrook.
The nerve of you people. Hyzant will never forgive such insolence.
Are we actually gonna fight Claris?
Save your tears for the long road back home. The Consortium was only ever good for lining its own pockets.
I mean, he's not wrong. But isn't Lionel part of the Consortium? Or is he just a regular merchant? I have so many questions right now. Like, if we're doing this here, why didn't... Well, actually, I was gonna say why didn't we do it in the true ending, but the Consortium helped us out in the true ending, so I guess that makes sense. Still weird though, but whatever.
Which is far from fair, as I see it.
I see now. House Wolfort wishes to see the Consortium eliminated in its entirety. In that case, I will return to Hyzant as you said and report this outrage.
Was it right to provoke him? Claris may use his underground connections to stop us.
That was my intention. He will now bring disorder to Hyzant's unity. More importantly, the new Norzelia truly has no need for the Consortium and its control over salt's distribution.
The new Norzelia.
The world King Serenoa would rule. I have formulated a plan to bring about that new age. But first, our negotiations with Gustadolf must succeed.
Sir, Archduke Gustadolf's ship will be arriving any minute now.
Thank you. The outcome of our negotiations hinges on King Serenoa's decision. I must speak with him, alone. The Archduke will be here shortly.
Thank you. Our future rests on these negotiations, doesn't it?
Have you read The Power of Salt?
I have. Lord Dragan gave it to us before he died. It contains all he gleaned in his research on salt. I thought it might give us a clue as to how we can convince Archduke Gustadolf to aid us.
Wow, that is a huge callback. Like, that's literally nearly like chapter 5 or 6 or something like that, isn't it? Probably earlier than that.
I understand now just how much potential salt possesses.
Indeed. It is not merely a seasoning for food.
I mean, if you didn't know that at this point, Serenoa, what the heck were you thinking, Serenoa? What was the point of all of this? If you didn't know that until now. We've had those notes literally lying in our book of notes for like ages now.
We have control over the salt crystal veins. We can use this to our advantage during negotiations.
But this is Gustadolf we're dealing with. Pressure and intimidation will only cause him to bare his fangs. Negotiate poorly, and we will end up swallowed by the duchy in the name of Gustadolf's freedom. What do you think we should do, Benedict?
Before I answer, I would know one thing. Is it your desire to monopolize the salt crystals, Your Majesty?
Wait. I don't know if this is, did I save? God, I hope I saved. I don't know if this is an important choice. I don't know if it actually matters or not. Sorry, I'm scared of messing things up right now, so you know, let me open my guide real quick. Sorry. Or maybe I should answer honestly. I mean, I was gonna say it is not, but let me check just in case. Because this is not the point to be making mistakes. Not after freaking 40-something episodes of Triangle Strategy. Oh, okay, apparently it doesn't matter, but, well, I don't know. The guide says that it is not as the right answer, but it technically doesn't matter. Well, I was gonna choose this either way, so let's just keep on going.
I have no desire to do so. That would make us no different than Hyzant. And seeing as Gustadolf sought to break the Holy State's monopoly, I doubt he would ally with us.
But we will merely be used as pawns, should we give him the salt crystals.
I have no intention of doing that either. Lord Dragan's answers shall guide us. I will use the salt to bring about a free and prosperous Norzelia, greater even than Gustadolf could. If I can prove that to him, I am certain he would join our cause.
Precisely. You prove time and again You are worthy to stand atop the summit of Norzelia. I have a befitting strategy in mind.
A triangle
Lord
strategy?
Serenoa, would you allow me to negotiate with the Archduke?
God, I wish he'd say that. I'm still waiting for someone to say triangle strategy, although I know it's not gonna happen.
Very well. We must have him on our side.
And we shall.
Most intriguing. You once refused to bend the knee to me at this very spot, and now seek an alliance as King of Glenbrook.
I could not have foreseen this moment either back then. Nor that you would have your own cousin slain after discovering the salt crystal veins.
I hope you aren't expecting an apology. Have we not usurped the same throne?
I have not asked you here to discuss the past, but the future. I am certain you understand that taking on Hyzant alone is a fool's errand. We must unite if we are to stand a chance.
And you expect me to believe that one of the Saintly Seven wishes to defeat the Holy State itself?
We must prevent Hyzant from gaining complete control over Salt and consequently Norzelia. I even parted from a dear friend over it.
I see. I have no objections to overthrowing Hyzant.
Then let us begin the negotiations.
Silence. I am here to speak with King Serenoa, not his servant.
I have given Benedict full rights to be here. Consider his words my own.
So the bird did not break free after all. His vassal opened the cage door. Very well then. But allow me to make this clear. If you wish for an alliance, you will give me the salt crystal veins. They belong to Esfrost for having discovered them in the first place.
We cannot do that.
Then we have nothing to discuss.
Pray answer me this, Archduke. What do you intend to do with the salt?
People need salt to live. But here in Norzelia, it is owned entirely by Hyzant and the Consortium. Their high taxes make it nearly impossible for some to obtain. Once I defeat Hyzant, I will abolish both that abhorrent Consortium and its taxes, and allow free trade throughout the land. I would ensure that any who desire salt receive their fair share of it.
That would make you the only one with control over salt. It is no different than Hyzant now.
I do not covet riches like they do. Under my rule, the people would have salt. They would finally have freedom. This is the only future before us.
I beg to differ. We intend to make salt available to all. Anyone will be able to obtain as much as they like for a modest price.
You would put control of salt in the hands of the people? To what end?
To change the world with the potential residing within every grain of salt. For example, preserving foods with salt would make life and trade more prosperous than ever before. Using salt in leather and glass crafting could create newer and better goods. Farmers could give it to their livestock, and it could also be used in various medicines. It can even be used in explosives.
How do you know about that?
These are but a handful of examples. If we give the people access to salt, there is no telling how many other uses they may find. Norzelia will enter a golden age of prosperity, and her people will thrive like never before.
I did not take you for an idealist. I think we both know that the people lack the intelligence for innovation.
They just haven't been afforded the chance. But with the proper mechanisms in place, they can be taught. I have already started work on a plan to make salt available over the course of several years.
Do not underestimate the people's greed. It won't be long before they turn on their rulers, intoxicated by the power of salt.
The very nation you sought to defeat feared the same, and sought to control them with their goddess's might.
Archduke Gustadolf, I do not fear a free people. I wish to lead them, but will fight if I must. That is why I took this throne. I believe anyone who wishes to rule the new Norzelia should be prepared to do the same.
Tell me this. How did you know salt possesses such potential?
And I would ask you in return, were you unaware of it yourself? It was all written in a book Lord Dragan gave us.
It is the result of his extensive research at the Esfrosti archives.
Dragan. You mean to say it was the knowledge of one of my own? Had I made him Prime Minister, our positions would be reversed. So this is my punishment for seeing him killed. Very well. Consider me interested in the future House Wolffort sees for this world. As the Archduke of Esfrost, I hereby swear my allegiance to your cause.
You have our thanks, Archduke Gustadolf.
It is only a matter of time until Hyzant realizes what we are planning. Let us proceed to the War Council.
Lead the way.
Oh, this is
Glenbrook
awkward.
and Esfrost have entered into an alliance. You and I are enemies no longer.
For now.
I am glad to hear it. Thank you for joining our cause.
Together, we will strike down Hyzant. For the Roselle as well. I am sure your mother would have been happy to hear it.
Indeed.
Frederica, do you resent me for attacking House Wolffort?
Oh my god, we're finally addressing this too?
I have come to an understanding of what you hoped to accomplish. Your duties as Archduke outweigh your personal desires.
Precisely. I have no regrets for what I've done.
Neither do I regret standing against you, or slaying Erica and Thalis. Not because I harbor personal grudges against any of you, but because my eyes must look not to the past, but to the future.
King Serenoa said the same earlier.
It should come as no surprise, Archduke Gustadolf. He and I walk the same path, hand in hand.
You've grown strong, Frederica.
Literally my favorite route now. So much closure. I'm getting so much closure from this route.
The Kingdom of Glenbrook and the Duchy of Esfrost enter an alliance. Their combined forces led by Serenoa. Together, they set out to strike down the holy state of Hyzant. Sensing their movements, the Desert Nation summons Exham soldiers home from their march on the Grand Norzelian mines to prepare for the arrival of the Allied forces. Though the walls around the holy state have kept it safe for many years, it is now up to Benedict to discern how best to penetrate the goddess's shield.
Okay, I think we're gonna end off the episode here, because I'm assuming after this we'll probably get a battle. So I think I'm gonna end it off here, because I feel like it's been plenty long enough with all the talking I've done. Sorry about that. You know that normally I don't talk too much during episodes, but this has been an episode to say the least. But I guess this gives you guys a lot to look forward to next episode. Hopefully the drama keeps on building up, and hopefully we get a satisfying ending out of this route, because so far, I'm heavily invested in everything that's happening. We finally got closure with Roland and his feelings, as well as a bit of a better explanation of, why he had his dumb idea of, surrendering everything to Hyacinth. Although, still not justifiable, but still, a better understanding of it at least. We also finally got closure on Gustadolf and Frederica's relationship after, everything that's happened. We also have a better idea of, of Gustadolf's, relationship right now with Hyacinth and Glenbrook and his, understanding of things, I guess. We also got to finally acknowledge more of, Dragon and his research and things like that, which, we haven't talked about in a while. And Serenoa is finally king, which is all I ever could have asked for. Well, king of Glenbrook for now. Hopefully king of the world by the end of this. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I did, because this has definitely been a fun recording session. So much drama. And look forward to next episode when I guess we'll begin our steps towards taking over Hyacinth, and who knows who we're gonna fight. I'm assuming they sent Exum to the front, I think, so we're probably gonna be fighting him first this time around. But yeah, look forward to that. I'll see you next time now. Bye!